Good evening and welcome to FNB Field here on City Island in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for tonight's Invicta presentation of the USL matchup. The Harrisburg City Islanders, 7-14-7, 28 points, 13th place in the USL East, going up against Toronto FC2 tonight, 5-16-7. They have 22 points there in 15th place, last place in the USL East. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gary Sutton. It's a sun-drenched night here. In fact, it's Star Wars night, and both these clubs are hoping that the stars come out to shine here this evening. For Toronto, it's been a frustrating season so far. They are minus 24 in goal differential. On the other side, Harrisburg minus 19. Still a mathematical chance to get into the 8th spot in the playoffs in the USL East. But they've got to win out in these last 4 matches that they have. Looking at the stars tonight, first of all, for Toronto, you're going to be looking at number 64 here this evening, Sean Hundle. He has 2 goals. He's a forward out of Canada, and he's the guy who will have the most goals in that lineup for tonight, a group that has only scored 20 goals all season long. On the other side, Pedro Ribeiro has come out to shine here a lot lately for the City Islanders. He's got 3 goals and 4 assists for the season, a forward out of Brazil, a favorite here of the fans on City Island. The Islanders coming off a tough tie the other night with Cincinnati. They had a 1-0 lead, stoppage time, the last 20 seconds. Cincinnati scored to tie it up. It's been that kind of season for the Islanders. On the other side, Toronto coming in off a 2-1 loss to the Red Bulls of New York. It's going to be an interesting matchup here tonight. It's Star Wars night, and we're ready to get it all started right after this on Invicta. It's USL Soccer up next.
Crooked Hill Townhomes is the official housing partner for the Harrisburg City Islanders. The rental community, located in Susquehanna Township, features 3-bedroom townhomes with attached garages and optional finished basements. The community features 6 beautiful floor plans, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an off-leash dog park. For more information on the community, visit www.crookedhillapts.com. Crooked Hill Townhomes, the best in luxury living that Central PA has to offer.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through. And focus.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dolphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Welcome back to FNB Field here, and we had a very special moment just before the match started here tonight of the 4 Diamonds family recognition tonight, family of the match recognition, and Chris Brown is helping us tonight. He's down on the field right now to talk about that. Chris?
Indeed, yes. We had a special moment of silence for Xavier Colon, who was the child for our 4 Diamonds family of the match this evening. He died a few years back. He was only 15 months old, and we honored his family in this game with a moment of silence. We also gave them a signed Star Wars jersey from the entire team, just gave them a nice moment there. And we honor our 4 Diamonds family at every game here at FNB Field for your City Islanders, and we just had a special one this evening, guys. Thanks.
Well, Chris, on a lighter side, tonight is Star Wars night as well, and people get in here tonight with a Star Wars outfit. They actually get a little bit of a discount, right?
Indeed, yeah. We've actually nearly ran out of our $5 merchandise coupons for all the people that are participating with our Star Wars night here today. Yep, any person that comes in through the gates, we give them $5 off merchandise. We have some special sales going on at the merchandise today as well, so a lot of people getting over there and taking advantage of that.
And also the jerseys tonight are inspired by the Stormtroopers from Star Wars as well for the Islanders, right?
They are, yep. The home team, all of them are wearing those Stormtrooper jerseys, and we'll be raffling them off at the end of the game. And the proceeds actually benefit the Four Diamonds Foundation, so we're definitely embracing that partnership that we have with them in this game, and yeah, it's going to be very special for them.
You can bid on the jerseys at jersey auction at cityislanders.com. This is the second year that they've hosted Star Wars Nights. Last year, they raised $2,500 for the Four Diamonds Foundation, and all proceeds will go there again this year. So there you see the Stormtrooper outfits. Chris will be with us throughout the evening. Chris, thanks so much.
Yep, thank you, guys.
Chris Brown down on the field tonight with us. Charlie Giroux to my side here as we get ready for this one. And you can see the Star Wars oriented outfits tonight. But I think tonight the Islanders know that there are no more ties if you want to get to the playoffs here. It's win, win, win the rest of the way out. And they have to do it tonight against Toronto.
Still mathematically in the playoff hunt, Gary, and as you say, important, vital that they pick up a W tonight against bluntly one of the weaker sides in the USL. So at home with the weight on their shoulders, here's their opportunity to perform.
And the Islanders have speed all over the place tonight. Your referee this evening, Gustavo Solorio. Assistant ref, Ben Pilgrim. Assistant ref, Kevin Locke. And fourth official, Joshua Encarnacion. And we are underway here at FNB Field tonight. It's the City Islanders against Toronto FC 2. And quickly they take it back to Brandon Miller, who was nothing short of brilliant on Tuesday night here and had that unfortunate goal right at the end, the last 20 or so seconds to tie with the Cincinnati.
Yeah, multiple brilliant saves the other night. Gary, really a performance that I haven't seen from a keeper in this league in a long, long time. Unfortunately and sadly, blemished at the very, very end of that match. As you know, you and I both spoke a little bit too soon about picking up 3 instead of 1, and a disappointing tie. But as you've pointed out, no more opportunities for ties at this point if they want to grab that final playoff spot.
Well, Toronto here with the ball in their red and white tonight. On the other side, as we mentioned, the Islanders in their white and blue, and they are loaded with speed up front tonight. Got Rapopa Menza at the forward spot, then Freddie Opoku, Cardell Bembo, Paul Wilson, Pedro Rivera, Mohamed Damo in the midfield, and a couple of those guys will be transitioning a lot, obviously. Back at the defense tonight, Jake Bond, Lee Nishanian, Thiago Calvano, and Travis Brent, and of course, as always, in the goal, Brendan Miller.
Probably more speed in the starting lineup, Gary, than we've seen at any point this season. So let's see how it works. It's a different starting lineup than they've generally used, but with all this speed, let's see how quickly they can make it gel and make those pieces work together to mount consistent attacks and keep the pressure on this Toronto side.
Back on July 1st, the Islanders, who were playing pretty well then, coming off that Louisville win, and went up to Toronto and won 4-3 in a shootout. Most goals they've scored during the course of the season in one game. There's Jake Bond with it off the pass from Dabo. Bond, one of the guys who scored in that particular match. It'll be offsides here on Cardell Bembo. So I'd like to see that kind of number again tonight. Lay 4 out and see what happens.
With the defense that Harrisburg's been playing throughout the last few matches, Gary, 4 would look pretty darn good.
Top scorer for Toronto out tonight because of a red card is Hamilton. Uccello, the other guy who's the next top scorer, is on the bench tonight at 45. He has a midfielder, Luca Uccello. He has 3. And so your guy with the most goals in the lineup tonight is the forward Sean Hundal, who has 2 for the season. Malik Johnson, his partner, has 1. Hundal wears 64 and Johnson wears 56.
There's a quick opportunity.
And right away, a quick opportunity. Not going to go from Bembo, but putting quick pressure on Angelo Cavalluzzo, who is the goalkeeper here tonight.
Nice through ball there, Gary, and you saw a little bit of the speed advantage that Harrisburg has.
It was interesting. I think you saw Bembo kind of look off to the left to try to move the goalkeeper. He held his ground, and then he kind of came back to the right. Obviously missing on that one.
Struck it pretty well, but at the near post and a little bit wide.
Dabo looking for Wilson there, and Toronto will control it on the far side. Toronto this season has only put 90 shots on goal, and they've had massive numbers put up against them this season.
The goal differential for the Toronto side, Gary, the worst in the league at -24.
Yep. Lifetime, the City Islanders are 4-1-1 against Toronto, so they've had good success against them throughout the years. As you see Bembo coming up holding his shoulder. Bembo's been hit with some injuries throughout the course of this season. It's really limited some of his effectiveness. You can see right there kind of the elbow catching him up high on the shoulder blade. Shots this year, Toronto's tried 264 total shots, 90 shots on target. Opponents have taken 384 total shots, 158 on targets. You can see why they're in 15th place right now. And there's another effort coming downfield by Mensah, but early here, you're getting some good looks for the Islanders.
A lot of good pressure. That's one he might have wanted back, Gary. He had a lot of net in front of him.
And here's the lead. It's going to be Opoku, and Opoku instead. And Opoku looking for that corner again, trying to beat the keeper who cut the angle. So Freddie Opoku, my mistake on the name, and getting him right with the effort. So 2 good shots so far. Coming up empty here for the Islanders.
They've created good space, though, Gary, and gotten the through balls, and this is what you want to see happen with the speed that they've got up front. That ought to pay dividends at some point.
The Islanders really have played very well of late. The last 3 matches, they've scored 5 goals after going 6 in a row without a goal at all. And Coach Bill Betcher, head coach that they only ever had here, Betcher made some really good adjustments. They've used a lot of speed. We see, by the way, Aaron Wheeler is back on the bench tonight after a long time out since May on injury. Here's the Shady. Another through ball. Here you go again. Bembo right in front. And you're going to get the first corner kick of the night coming up right here as the Islanders serving notice early that they are on the attack.
And this kind of pressure, Gary, hopefully and eventually yields dividends. This is exactly what you want to see from this side. And you're correct, they've played well in recent days. The other night they played a very, very good match until that last second goal cost them a W.
Shot to the middle, and Bembo's looking to put it, and he's going to just get under it too much and sends it well off the center field fence, usually reserved for baseballs here.
Leaned back just a little too much.
So goal kick coming out from Cabaluzzo. All the way down and headed back upfield nicely by Nishanian.
And Harrisburg has pretty well had their way with things thus far in this match, Gary. They've controlled the action, they've controlled the ball, they've moved it well in the midfield, and they've gotten those through balls, which with their superior speed up front has led to some pretty decent shots, not right on frame, but some good attempts and good opportunities.
Nice lead again by Nishanian. Headed back by Popamenza. He's looking for Bembo, maybe. Jake Bond's going to get it in the wing. Bond, good high look. It's going to be a little too high and a little too long. I think he was trying to pop that up for maybe a headshot on the far side, just let it a little too much.
He was looking for the header, and as you say, Gary, just a little bit too much. But again, the pressure here is very, very good for the Harrisburg side. They're mounting the attack consistently, and that's what you want to see.
Busy night. The USL will tell you all about that a little bit later on as Angelo Cabaluzzo sends it out deep. Nishanian over the back gets a head on it. Jake Bond's going to have it. He'll probably bring it back to Miller right here, and does.
And they're winning the majority of these balls in the midfield, Gary, which is, you know, something you want to see throughout the course of the match.
Well, the quickness factor so far totally belongs to Harrisburg. If you're looking at this one here early, and we are only in the 9th minute of this match, of course, no score. So that's the main thing that counts if you're a Toronto fan.
What's interesting, Gary, is that they haven't sacrificed size with their quickness tonight. Their lineup is actually a little bit physically bigger than the Toronto side, despite the fact they've got really blazing speed both in the midfield and up front.
So swing it over to Jake Bond again. Jake Bond making a good move here. Jake Bond seeing a lot more playing time here of late. Dabo. Mohamed Dabo brings it off. A lot of good short passing right here. Here comes Bembo trying to make a move to middle. Bembo Paul Wilson coming through, and Paul Wilson manages to get around it. Does he get it? No. Paul Wilson with a nifty little move right there to get around Cavaluso. Couldn't quite get the angle to the goal after he did. So the Islanders are on the attack here in the early going. This match being played in the total defensive end of Toronto. Toronto FC 2 here tonight at FNB Field. Nice crowd filing in here still this evening. People coming in the gate.
Yeah, filling up nicely, Gary. It's a beautiful night for soccer, and the fans are coming out and continue to roll in here at FNB Field.
Maybe not quite as many as in Cincinnati tonight, where the New York Red Bulls are up against Cincinnati, who was here just on Tuesday night. 25,000 pre-sale on that.
Really remarkable, Gary. Great for the league, great for the Cincinnati team, and you hope to see that throughout the league as days go on. I mean, that really is a franchise that knows how to draw on a large and growing fan base.
Well, one of those metropolitan franchises too that's probably going to draw a lot more there, but had some unbelievable numbers they've put up this year in terms of the number of fans coming out. Congratulations to them. Charleston, by the way, up against Richmond tonight. Charlotte and Ottawa are playing this evening. Cincinnati against the New York Red Bulls, as we mentioned, in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh and Rochester tonight.
The league in full action.
St. Louis and Orlando this evening as well, all in the Eastern Division. So they are busy tonight. And of course, the Western Division also lots of games tonight. Rio Grande Valley up against Reno 1868 FC, Seattle Sounders, Colorado Springs Switchbacks, to name a few from the Western Division here tonight. Phoenix Rising FC against the Real Monarchs SLC, and finally Sacramento Republic FC versus the LA Galaxy 2. So all those teams playing tonight on a busy Saturday night in the USL. Freddie Opoku called for the foul there. So the ball will be put back into play here by Toronto as we tick into the 11th minute, almost in the 12th minute now. Dabo comes back, it's underneath it well. Headed back upfield for Toronto. The ball go across the touchline, belong to the Islanders. They'll bring it back to Thiago Calvano. And now Dabo starts to move upfield to Ribeiro. Jake Bond near side, looking to maybe get the pass. Instead, Nishanian will swing it on back to Calvano in the middle of the field. Calvano moves it down there a good way. Calvano continues to move it down and then chips it ahead. Was looking for Bembo. Another good look by Ribeiro. Ribeiro with that great assist the other night.
One of the prettier plays of the season, Gary.
Oh, look at Ribeiro again. Stepping in there well.
There's numbers.
Pedro Ribeiro off to Bembo. Bembo's going to get a look right here. Bembo turns it around, gets double teamed. Bond, high side, trying to get Opoku over there. Couldn't do it. Opoku goes in. And you're seeing that right now, the quickness, just taking the ball away from Toronto. Back to the middle it comes, nobody there. Quickly upfield, Calvano.
A lot of aggressiveness tonight, Gary, which is really important for the Harrisburg side. High energy, and this attack has worked well.
And you're looking at the forwards or the defensive players tonight way up in the back as well. I mean, it really is an offensive mindset.
They know what they have to do.
For Toronto, it doesn't get any easier after this. They get to play Louisville City, the #1 team in the league, who tied Bethlehem Steel last night after being down 2 times. Well, Paul Wilson was checking right there to see if Angelo Cavaluso was awake. He was looking like he was making a pass, and all of a sudden he came up firing.
He pulled the trigger.
Paul says, oh, I thought I had him. Cavaluso, good foot out of there, and this is the first time we've seen the ball really by Toronto in any part of the field, as far as the City Islanders half of the field.
And most of that the result of back passing by Harrisburg. So they've really controlled the match thus far.
That's Sean Hundle. Here you go. You got to look right here. Another great stop, and then the follow through, and there it is. One time down and in, and Hundle gets his 3rd goal of the season here at 13:59. Sean Hundle, the forward, gets it off the rebound, and take a look at this.
Just saw the breakdown there.
Here you have the kick, comes right back out, and Hundle cleans it up right into the left side, and so the entire early half here controlled by the Islanders, and then quickly on one move downfield, that's how quickly you can get beaten again. You can see the forwards are chasing from behind. We're bringing the forwards up so far, the defensive players up so far tonight, now having to retreat and getting beat by Sean Hundle, a forward out of Canada.
Built numbers very quickly there, Gary, and as you were correctly pointing out, the defenders just trying to catch up. That had danger written all over it, and the result is a lead for Toronto early in the match and a hole that Harrisburg now has to dig out of.
And Travis Brent down on the field right now, being checked by the trainer over there. Just one of those situations where you're controlling, and all of a sudden, wham. Down and converted on you just like that. Fans, stay up to date with the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 p.m. on Sirius XM-FC, channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM-FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. And soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. So the Islanders will start it off again here, down 1-0 early here in the first half after seemingly being totally in charge.
And let's see, Gary, how they react to this. This may be the measure of this squad for the rest of the season, because right now is an opportunity for them to make up for a mistake, get back in this match, and make it a situation where they have the opportunity to get the 3 points at the end of the match.
And let's see how Toronto reacts right now on the road too. One effort really downfield, that was it, and scoring on that effort. So Toronto racks up point number 21 for the season, which actually ties them with the Islanders now. Good chip out ahead, a chance coming up right here. And just not able to get it turned down that far side. So Bembo is going to earn the corner. And that will be quarter kick number 2 tonight for the Islanders. Let's see if they can cash in here. Pretty good chance they'll be looking for Ribeiro somewhere in the middle there.
Looked initially like that was just going to be a 6-yarder coming out, Gary, but apparently the keeper got his hand on it before it hit the side of the net.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like it was going off out of bounds, and
yeah.
Instead, the Islanders get it back. Oh, nice chip up high. There's Ribeiro, and right out in front, picked off by Cavalluzzo. Maybe a little bit too much air under it, but a good try. And Cavalluzzo, again, leading his guy downfield with a big, long kick right here. Take it away nicely. Dabo got over there on the far side and used his speed to get the ball back very quickly here. Long kick downfield, no one home. Now you got to get out there and either kick it out of there if you're Cavalluzzo, and it goes off the side of his foot. So Bembo got down there and said, what are you going to do? Jake Bond moving through. Again, the forwards way up. And Ashanian will take it on back to Brandon Miller. Back to Calvano, and now they'll get started again.
Harrisburg clearly, Gary, would really like to tie this thing up before they get to the half. And they're moving the defenders up quite a bit, They're being very aggressive in their style of play right now, which, as you know, also brings with it a little element of danger. So let's see how it works. It's been pretty good for them thus far, but they got burned on it once.
Well, they've paid for it one time so far. Here's Ribeiro trying to get things started right here. Paul Wilson right across. He brings it over to Bond instead. Bond pushing downfield. Wilson will take his spot out in the wing.
A long run.
Bond off to Wilson. Wilson back to Bond. Bond to the middle, right out in front. And then kicked across the touchline. Out of bounds. It'll be the Islanders' ball in minute number 20 here of the first half.
And very nicely played by Harrisburg that time, Gary. Long run, little give and go.
Ball taken away down the near side. It comes with Toronto. Hundle gets in on it right there. Back across the field it goes, and picked up there by Sergio Camargo. Toronto controlling right here nicely. Here comes Hundle. And then missed by everybody, and I think you're going to see a foul called on the Islanders right here against Calvano.
A dangerous place on the field, as you know, Gary. Get these fouls just outside the box and an awful lot of area to move and set things up in. Can be trouble.
See Hundle taken down right there. So they're going to put it back in play, and Aiden Daniels will have the free kick. Here you see a great look from our Invicta camera crew.
This is set up a wall right at the top of the box.
And this is one of those areas where you have to take it over the top with a chip, but you can put something on it here and have a chance to put it in the top of the net. See what Toronto chooses to do. Aiden Daniels. He's got Hundle on his left side if he wants to come to him and let Hundle have a shot at it. So here's Daniels. Hard look. The wall does not move. Good job there getting outside, and Bembo was getting over there to try to get it. They're going to call a foul on him, and the ball will stay with Toronto.
The fans don't like it, but he didn't argue the play.
He didn't at all. So back in play it comes. Swing it near side. Taken there by Antonio Rocco Romeo. Good Irish name, right?
Yeah.
Little tongue-in-cheek there.
Good as Eddie.
There's a push down from behind, no call.
None.
And I think that went off Toronto. It'll be a goal kick coming out.
It's going to be a corner, I believe, Gary.
So they're going to give him a corner of that.
Yeah,
I actually thought the player got hit going out of bounds, but instead
that way.
The official's going to give him a corner. Let's take a look at it right here. Now watch, you got a kick here, but apparently it missed him going out. So a high look across. Rivero does a nice job of getting under it, and then so does Bembo. And Bembo tried to chase it down here before it goes across the touchline. He won't get to it. That was a Poku, rather. And a Poku, good headshot, and then trying to get over there and pick it up. Freddie Opoku with some blinding speed. We saw a lot of it the other night in the match. One of those guys that just is like a gnat kind of skittering around in the field. Long kick down there looking for Hundal. Bond off the side of the foot. So we put back into play now by Ryan Telfer. Nice job by Dabo of getting in there. Here comes Hundal again. Hundal chips it off. Swing far side. Back to the middle it comes. Looking for Hundal. And now Brent gets it right along the baseline. You're going to see a foul here on Toronto. Take a look right here. You'll see the guy plead his case. Malik Johnson to no avail. So Brendan Miller will knock it out here in the 24th minute of this first half. Good head by Ribeiro. There's Dabo getting in there and fighting over it. And they're going to call the foul on Dabo as Camargo was holding him off. Capital City crew down there making a little bit of noise, trying to get something going here for the Islanders.
You saw the possession stats there a moment ago on the screen, Gary. 2-1 advantage for Harrisburg thus far, and in the early going of this match, it was probably 80-20. But one situation, and you've got a 1-0 lead for Toronto that Harrisburg now has to come back against. And they really are looking to get this match tied up as quickly as they possibly can.
Through there to Wilson, couldn't quite get to it, had to stretch it out off the pass from Bembo. Toronto's getting a little bit more organized, I think, offensively here. They seem to be getting into a little more of a pattern. Good hustle by Brent.
The early pressure by Harrisburg was really just so consistent and constant that Toronto couldn't get into any flow. There was no rhythm or anything, but you're correct, Gary. They're now setting it up a little bit more and beginning to develop what they wanted to see on the offensive side for them.
Jason Bent, the head coach for Toronto. Off it comes to Bond. Toronto's also picked up their defense a little bit too. They are really extended it a little bit more than they were earlier. Far side it goes. There's Brent shielded off. Nice job by Brent of really keeping him away from the ball, and there's going to be a push from behind on Toronto. Not sure the Toronto player was all that happy about the call. That was Jordan McCrary. The midfielder was down there and thought, It
tended to indicate a little disagreement.
I failed to agree with your call. Yes. To Mensah, and it comes off Mensah. Bembo to Wilson. Off it comes to Bond. Bond with a little room here. Bond trying to center it again. Wide. Sent a lot of balls across there tonight, but every one has been long thus far.
Yeah, his service into the box hasn't been what he has wanted. That's been the one aspect that's been a little difficult for them, because there's been a lot of running room over on this near touchline, Gary, and the service simply hasn't been useful in terms of creating real opportunities to score.
The official, I think you might see a card here. I'm not sure. Ribeiro had a few things to say, and he's explaining his case, and the officials apparently not. You get the universal walking away with the smile that says, I really don't agree with you.
The hands flipped in the air, the walk the other way. We've seen it a few times before.
You know, it's amazing this year. Toronto played, we were talking about Cincinnati's numbers. Toronto played back on May 27th in Cincinnati in front of 18,214 people.
Just remarkable what Cincinnati has done with their fan base, Gary, and something for every team in the league to try to emulate.
Next match is going to be on Wednesday, September 27th, again here at home. Harrisburg versus Ottawa, as we keep that Canadian flavor coming into town. And we close out our home matches on September 30th with St. Louis FC coming here. That'll be a 7 p.m. game on a Saturday night. Final match will be on the road at the Charleston Battery on Saturday, October 7th. That at 7 p.m. So next week we're off, and then we come back for 2 more matches, the final 2 matches here at home the following week.
In a vital homestand, Gary, this Harrisburg side has played much better at home this season and last than they have on the road, and they're playing quite bluntly against some of the weaker teams in the USL right now. This is an opportunity for them to stay in this thing mathematically in terms of finding a playoff spot.
Nice job again by Calvano that time of sliding across, but it's still going to belong to Toronto, or is it? Toronto should have the throw-in on the far side. So the official talking with Romeo and Ribeiro there, who were mixing up a little bit. Ribeiro's been in constant contact with the one official here for a little while. Here's a push from behind. No call.
No call.
Wow. How do you not do that? Ribeiro gets in the middle of the field. Chip shot. Paul Wilson trying to get it over to Bond. Wilson finally gets control of it. Back it comes to Ribeiro. Ribeiro off trying to look for Dabo. Dabo swings it far side. Brent coming up hard. Brent chips it corner to Opoku. Opoku, quick move, and it's going to be a corner, I think. Nope, Opoku didn't hit it off anyone apparently. I thought it was a corner.
It's going to be.
There it is.
Yeah. You had it all the way, brother.
So far corner, and no time wasted here getting it up. Ball touched red first there. And across the touchline it goes. It'll come right back to the Islanders as Mohamed Dabo will get it into play. Shanian to Wilson. Back to Calvano. The forwards continue to play way up tonight. It's a very aggressive, and why not? You got to win matches, and
yeah, at this point there's nothing to lose, guys.
Nope.
They need to bring him up, press the attack, see what happens.
Calvano off to Bembo. Bembo, the little room here for a moment. Bembo back through, gets a good angle. Back to Dabo. Finally off to Ribeiro. Ribeiro slams it near side to Mon. Can he get to it? He does. Good hustle down there in the corner. Defender for Toronto. Off to Brent it goes. Travis Brent to Opoku. Freddie Opoku. Good move by Opoku. Trying to get an angle. He's got one right here. And Opoku lets it fly, and I think it may have been glanced off a Toronto player again. Should be the fourth quarter coming up.
And Gary, good movement, good control of the ball, all the things you want to see. And you just hope that at some point here it materializes, because they moved the ball very well there.
Good job by Opoku right here getting the angle and then letting rip. And you see it glance right off the Toronto player, and he had Mr. Cavalluzzo interested. Back to the middle it comes, out in front. You got to see a push down right here. I don't know if you're going to see a penalty. No. Looks like a goal kick coming out after that scrum in front of the net. And
take a chance to see that one again, Gary.
Wow. It looked like a United Nations meeting there for a moment. Everybody was meeting right there at that right pole of the net.
Didn't look like they were signing any peace treaties there.
No, I don't think so. And coming up a little bit slow. Take a look.
This is after the play, but
it was bang in there. So the ball comes back to Toronto. Minute number 33 will start here in just a moment as there's Bembo. Has it taken away. Right in the middle field by Daniels. And then back it comes to the Islanders. The Islanders have really had their way with the passing and the possession so far tonight. Just not with the score. Down near side to Opoku, gets shoved out again and no call. Oh, yes, there is. Tell you, one of the guys down there tonight, Mr. McCrary, has been very physical thus far. Ball's going to be across the touchline near side and be put back into play by Jake Bond. Bond looks for Bembo. Bembo swings it back. Shanian. Calvano, and defense very tight here so far for Toronto. They're doing a good job here in the first half despite all the offensive possessions against them. Oh, here's a good through ball to Freddie Opoku, and it's going to be offsides. Good flat pass to Opoku, but just offsides. Just got past the back there. So nice ideas. I mean, concepts all good here thus far.
Very good ideas, Gary. A lot of pressure being applied by Harrisburg. Good passing, especially the short passing game in the midfield, and then bringing it through in good open spaces, creating a lot of opportunities. They're going to have to capitalize on one of these.
And aside of the one transition goal, there has not been really a shot on goal or even much of an attempt by Toronto thus far. But they have the goal lead, nevertheless, and that's what counts for them.
It is, yeah. I mean, no real pressure absent that one lapse there on the defense and getting caught up a little bit too far and not being able to catch up.
What Toronto scores first during the season, by the way, just a little side note, they are 4-3-2. When the opponent scores first, they're 1-13-1. So the numbers on their side tonight thus far. And when they've scored one goal this season, they're 4-6-2. So they're a team that can play a little bit of defense as well. And so player down on the field for the moment for Toronto. And it will still belong to Toronto.
Is he going to show a card on this?
And he has a yellow card up.
He has it in his hand.
And the yellow card. Wait and see who he showed that to.
Yellow card showed the City Islanders number 30, Pedro Rivera.
Pedro Rivera picked up the yellow card. Also Calvado. So Calvado gets the yellow card. He just kind of showed it down there, and it was kind of odd when you looked at it that he didn't walk the person over to him so everybody knew what it was. So here we are again. This is a dangerous area right here. We've seen this before. Flat look, headed left of the net, and the ball will be a goal kick coming out for Brendan Miller.
But you're right, Gary. The danger there is you've got all that action at the top of the box, and it's almost mass confusion at some point, and that's where breakdowns occur, goals get scored. So
we saw one goal early in the season that happened where you had a high kick, and Miller tried to come up with it on a short kick, lost control for a moment. On the rebound, it was put in. Oh, here comes some move right here. Mensah's got a little room, and he dribbles it too far ahead.
Yeah, and your keeper's trying to communicate with the defensive backs, you know, in there in that little scrum right at the top of the box becomes difficult.
So we're in minute number 37 right now here in the first half, and here comes a very quick transition by Toronto. Coming down the field, it goes off near side to Hundle. He's already got one goal. Drop back for Telfer. Telfer back to the middle it goes and headed out nicely by Ribeiro. And Apoku follows up downfield. Mensah trying to get to it. We're going to take it on back to Cavaluzzo. He'll get started to get on the right side for Toronto. Your side it comes to Romeo. There'll be no cheap Romeo kind of things like tonight, like if you're passing to him, wherefore art thou Romeo? None of that.
I completely ignored it, Gary.
We don't do that kind of thing here. It's way above that. That's what we call in my business low-hanging fruit. So the ball will be a foul here, and the Islanders will get it back. Channing says, let's just take it back to Brandon Miller. Far side to Brent. Just for the moment, Toronto looks like they're kind of spread wide here. They tighten up on you once you get down inside about 40 yards, but you see Ribeiro push it off, trying to get an angle there. Foul. So in just a little bit of a lull right here offensively as Aiden Daniels brings it back down. Now the reverse fields. Will Toronto. And a yellow card issued to Opoku. So Opoku gets a yellow card here in the 39th minute. I'm not sure about that one. That was not sure that's a yellow card type infraction.
I'm not going to second guess the officials too much, Gary, but I was wondering the same thing. I really was.
Looked like bang bang for the ball, unless they figured he somehow had put an elbow in there ahead of time. So Romeo touches it off near side. Dabo in the 40th minute right now. About 5 minutes here. You want to, I think, Charlie, you said it earlier, and it's so important. I think you want to get tied up here with the half. You don't want to walk in there.
You really do. I mean, otherwise you're looking at scoring twice in the second half with a lot of pressure on you and being forced to do some things that you wouldn't otherwise do and that create opportunities for the other side.
This game started out with a lot of promise, and so far still has a lot of potential, but you want to get to that kinetic part where the potential becomes the real thing, right?
You got to score.
Toronto doing a wonderful job defensively in the middle of the field. Through ball comes, got Mensah with it. Mensah makes one move. Here comes Bembo. Oh, and a nice stuff there in the middle defensively. Bembo fighting it out anyway, trying to get something out of there. Opoku's going to try to chase it down. Toronto clears.
Very nice trap there to collect the ball and then redistribute it quickly for Toronto.
Brendan Miller gets it up, quickly gets it out near side to the Shanahan. So we're in the 41st minute right now here of the first half. We'll have a little bit of stoppage time. Might be 2 minutes. Well, every time I think I know what stoppage time is, it always comes up less or more than what I thought. Significantly, I might add.
The other night we really wondered about the stoppage time, Gary, and
the 4 minutes
you know that cost the city side an awful lot.
Chad Edwards, our producer, was talking about the amount of time that was kind of being wasted by the Islanders there a couple times. Here comes ahead. DeBon has it taken away down inside. Good hustle by Ryan Telfer. Jake Bond gets a yellow card now. So 3 yellow cards here in the first half. Is a little bit of frustration here right now.
It's exactly the word I was going to use, Guy. You see a little bit of frustration on the City Islanders side right now. And
well, Bond made a good play there to get down, and then he swept back with his right arm, and that's where the call came.
And you're going to get that every single time.
Get your referee tonight, Gustavo Solorio, has been busy. I think he's put in a lot of miles here running up and down the field this evening. He's done a lot of chatting. Capeluzzo, big clear there. Taken by Brett. Brett will go across the line. So the ball comes back into play by Toronto, who gradually right now kind of melding into their offense here in the last several minutes. Here's Brent, takes it back to Brandon Miller, back out to Brent. Being chased down there. Getting it to Opoku, and now you got a dangerous situation coming up right here. Down in the corner, you're going to have a chance to center it. Calmly take it out of there by Brent. Up ahead, good seal off. Mensah did a nice job to seal off there. Now they're going to try to get down there. Bond to Mensah. Mensah tries to line up a shot there. Knocks it off a defender. Calvano to Ribeiro. Ribeiro off to Mond again. Back to Ribeiro. And Ribeiro, again, they're trying to line up a lot of long shots here, it looks like right now. Back to middle comes to Wilson. Wilson near side and just can't hook up with Bond.
They appear, Gary, in the waning moments of this first half to be pressing a little bit too much. I mean, you've still got to let it be the natural flow, create spaces, and try to get those through balls rather than trying to press shots, as you say, down through the middle. They're just not; those aren't going to happen.
Back it comes to Wilson. Ribeiro, and then Ribeiro to no one in particular that time, and the ball taken back by Toronto as Brent will chase it down far side, give it back to Brandon Miller to clear out.
We're winding down regulation time here, so we'll see how much extra time they get, but won't be too much.
Thinking maybe 2 minutes. So we have 10 seconds to go in regulation time. Ball all the way back down to Miller. Miller swings it out near side to Nishanian. So 2 minutes. Yeah, I was right.
Sutton is a wizard.
Finally, I got one right for the season, right? So offsides against Toronto. And the ball will come back out to the Islanders. Barrow, long kick down there, trying to get it ahead for Opoku to do something with it. And it'll go across the touchline there and be thrown back in by Toronto FC 2, who leads 1-0 in this one on one quick transition goal, and they made it count. Their best effort, and maybe one of the only 2 efforts of the whole evening.
And it's put a lot of pressure on the Harrisburg side at this point, Gary. It really has.
Well, what you don't want to have happen is in the last minute here have another one.
Right.
As Daniels controls. Back to Romeo. Now Daniels will look like play just pitch and catch. We'll end the first half with a 1-0 lead. Thank you. They look like they're in no hurry to do much of anything right here. Miller to Calvano. Under a minute to go here, obviously. Long look downfield. Well, headed up there by Ribeiro and then kicked ahead. Is it in? The goal.
He got it.
Right there.
He got it.
Mensa, he says, I'll take this one with me.
We couldn't even tell from our vantage point.
It was off Cavaluso's hands. Mensa down there. Mensa says, I'll take it. Thank you very much. Take a look at this. Mensa just kicks it over the head right here, and that
got his hand on it and into the corner of the net.
And Mensa was up right away. Said, forget celebrating. I'm going to get the ball. Rapopa Mensa out of Ghana with his goal here tonight.
Well, thank goodness for extra time, Gary.
And just like the other night, they had it done against them. Here with about 5 to 10 seconds left, Rapopa Mensa ties it up here at the half. And the City Islanders and Toronto FC 2 at a good one here. 1-1 at the half. We'll come back with highlights and statistics for you right after this. You're watching Invicta's presentation of USL Soccer here tonight. We're going to stay here right now, and Chris Brown is going to be getting Bill Betcher to come over. And what Chris is down there getting Bill Betcher right now, and we're going to check in with him. But man, bang, bang at the end of the half.
And Gary,
just what's
that goal could stand up as, you know, really pivotal in this season. They really needed to tie it up before they went into the locker room. They did. It's a brand new ball game and a real opportunity for Harrisburg now to come out of this thing where they want it to be.
Rapopa Mensa with running ahead there, just got it just high enough off Cavaluso's hand and bounced into the goal. And we're going to go down here just a moment with Chris Brown, who's with Coach Bill Betcher here before he retires in at the half. And let's go to Chris right now, who's down on the sideline with Coach Bill Betcher. Chris, take it away.
Hi, guys. I'm here with head coach Bill Betcher. Obviously, you know, the team did very well in the first 15 minutes. I'd say they controlled the game. unfortunate to give up the goal there, but big to get the goal right there at the end of the half. So just tell us about the performance so far and what changes you'd like to see in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, the first 15 minutes we were great. I thought we created a lot of chances, probably should have had a goal. Our movement was good up front, caused them a lot of problems. They caught us in a counter and scored, and then it seemed like we lost a little bit of the momentum, and the game started to even out a little bit. It was good to get one back before the half, but hopefully we can find that energy again like we had the first 15, 20 minutes and come back out of them in the second half.
All right, great. Thank you, Coach Bill.
And thank you, Coach Bill Betcher here at the half, and I think he described it the way we did. He had it
Thank you, guys.
dead on, that they had a good flow, they had a good momentum, they were controlling everything. We're going to come back and talk more about it. We'll give you some highlights. We'll give you the stats, and we'll talk about what happened in the first half and what they just might do here in the second half. The Islanders tied up in the last 10 seconds of the first half in stoppage time, 1-1 with Toronto. We'll be back after this.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through and focus.
Crooked Hill Townhomes is the official housing partner for the Harrisburg City Islanders. The rental community, located in Susquehanna Township, features 3-bedroom townhomes with attached garages and optional finished basements. The community features 6 beautiful floor plans, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an off-leash dog park. For more information on the community, visit www.crookedhillapts.com. Crooked Hill Townhomes, the best in luxury living that Central PA has to offer.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free homeownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of homeownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dolphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Welcome back to FNB Field, where it's 1-1 here at the half. The City Islanders tied it up with Republic Men's 4th goal of the season in the last 10 seconds of the first half. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here tonight. The Harrisburg City Islanders Youth Academy, the escorts here tonight as they brought them out. You see the boys and girls out there that play with the Harrisburg City Islanders Youth Academy. And then we got underway here, and it was the City Islanders coming out fighting, and I mean, it was a shooting gallery. They were letting it fly from every direction, and you heard that opening 15 minutes belonged to the Islanders as they were coming at it hard and really putting the pressure on Toronto throughout that opening segment here, almost getting by here for a goal. And then it was Toronto on one transition, and you'll see the shot from the right side here by McCrary, and then the follow-up put away finally in the end by Hundal for the goal, and that was their goal here in the first half. You'll see it again. Hundal down to McCrary. McCrary comes in, Miller gets out there, gets a hand on it, and then the follow-up coming right on through is Hundal. One more time. It aches every time you see it for us. And there is Hundal cleaning it up off the rebound, off the hands of Brandon Miller. But then on the other side, they kept on coming, did the Islanders. Had a little bit of a lull there midway through the first half, and then you got this at the end. Rapopka Mensa, we weren't even sure it went into the side of the net from our angle, and the angle you're looking at is our angle. So Mensa gets it in the last 10 seconds, his 4th goal of the season, along with 1 assist. Here it is at the half, 1-1. Look at the goal. Look at how dominant the City Islanders have been. 12-4 in shots, 3 shots on target to 2 for Toronto. 64% to 36% possessions, Charlie. 3 yellow cards in the first half against the Islanders. That's a little bit of a problem, but that talks about aggressiveness too.
Yeah, for the vast majority of the first half of this match, Harrisburg dominated. They had that goal scored against them with a little bit of a letdown on the far touch line. Offensive player coming through completely unmarked, gets the goal. And then there was a little bit of frustration, but from then on, Harrisburg picked it back up. Coach Betcher said exactly what has to happen at the start of the second half. They have to come out with the same energy, create the same opportunities that they did at the beginning of the match.
Well, they've got speed out there. They've got size. Don't forget our next home game is going to come up on September 27th. We have 1 week in between against Ottawa as they come into town here. Get your tickets now. Check out cityislanders.com, and that'll be a 6:30 start. That is a weeknight, and that will be the second to last home game of the season. So a good one to get out here and see. A good one going on here tonight. We'll come back after a break and start the second half, all here on Invictus presentation of USL Soccer. Back after this.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing.
I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels.
After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak.
Meals on Wheels, coming to my door as someone who's housebound, having someone check on me, assures me that I'm not forgotten.
Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise.
We're the clients.
We are the clients.
We are the clients of Meals on Wheels.
America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey, she's cute. Nice going, man. Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through and focus.
Crooked Hill Townhomes is the official housing partner for the Harrisburg City Islanders. The rental community, located in Susquehanna Township, features 3-bedroom townhomes with attached garages and optional finished basements. The community features 6 beautiful floor plans, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an off-leash dog park. For more information on the community, visit www.crookedhillapts.com. Crooked Hill Townhomes, the best in luxury living that Central PA has to offer.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dolphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Welcome back as we're just about ready to start the second half here at FNB Field tonight. 1-1 your score at the half between the Harrisburg City Islanders and Toronto FC2. I want to remind you, it's Star Wars night. The Islanders are hosting Star Wars night for the second year in a row, and they are giving away $5 merchandise vouchers to all fans who wear a costume, and they had a lot of them here tonight, and auctioning off the team's Stormtroopers-inspired jerseys you're seeing right there after the game. Now, the fans can email jerseyauction@cityislanders.com with their bids on their favorite players' jerseys after the game. The bidding starts at $70 and the buyout price is $175. Last year the team raised almost $2,500. The American Cancer Society this year will be the recipient. They are donating all the proceeds or to the American Cancer Society last year. This year their all the proceeds will be donated to the Four Diamonds Foundation. And of course we had that moment before the game tonight, a moment of silence for Xavier Colon, the Four Diamonds family of the match recognition, who died and lost his battle to leukemia. The Islanders are dedicating the game to him and his family tonight. And they received a signed Star Wars jersey with Xavier's last name and the number 9 in honor of Xavier. As we get ready to start the second half here, and we are underway 1-1, so new life. We're back to where we started. We're just going to play a little shorter game here in the second half as Cavalluzzo sends it out right away. Charlie Giroux, Gary Sutton with you up here tonight. And Chad Edwards and our whole Invicta crew doing a great job with the pictures here this evening for this USL soccer matchup. And Charlie, you want to see the kind of excitement that you saw to start this match by the Islanders with a little bit more of the cash in.
The energy, the aggressiveness, and the intensity with the ball hitting the back of the net. That's really what it's going to have to be. They've got a 45-minute match now. Thankfully, they were able to pick up that goal right before the half. Otherwise, the hole would have been very deep. As it stands now, we're even Steven.
And here's Toronto. See what kind of adjustments they made. McCrary near side will get it back to the middle. Picked up there by Julian Dunn. And back to McCrary. So Cavalluzzo, Angelo Cavalluzzo, who got beat right at the end of the half in the last 10 seconds of stoppage time for the one goal he's given up in this one. And here comes a good look right here and a good shot, but it's going to be wide. That coming off the foot of Malik Johnson. By the way, that goal by Rapopa Menza, his 4th goal, and the assist came from Pedro Ribeiro. That's his 4th assist of the season.
Touched by a Harrisburg defender, and so we're going to get the first corner of the half, Gary.
First corner of the half. First corner of the match right now for Toronto. There it is, high, flat, out front. He had Mensah shoved down, by the way, right there in the middle. No call on that. There's another shove from behind. That one pretty clean, I guess. Booted out of there by Cavalluzzo. Near side to Daniels.
The concept of a clean shove has always been interesting to me, Gary. And yet you see a few of them.
Right out in front. And then cleared nicely by Miller. Mensah nailed from behind again. Again, bang, bang. Popa Menza. And he gets shoved down. I believe he'll do the shoving. So Papa Menza. To the middle it comes. You see Toronto almost run a little concept of the weave right there.
That's what it was. Old basketball coach that you are, you picked that up.
You hand off with your feet instead of your hands, right? Ribeiro playing with it down there along the sideline. Sealing off. In a bad place right here, trying to get it through, and finally he comes out of it and still comes out of it, keeps on fouling, picked up by a Poku. Nice concept, I guess it worked out for Ribeiro. And you saw it all in close-up. Toronto looks to come out here with some.
They've been the aggressors thus far. Yeah,
they really have.
They've been pressing the action thus far, Gary.
There you are, back to the middle, right out in front. And it's going to be a chip over the top. They got it where they wanted it, right out in front there.
And he wishes he had that one back.
Yeah, because he had it point blank there for the moment. You're looking at the shot by Malik Johnson right in the middle of the field. Brandon Miller says, nah, not that big a problem. Take a look at this. This is about right where you want to. Look at Johnson standing right there wide open. And he just kind of rushed it a bit. The defense, just a momentary lapse there, and those can cost you, as you well know. Far side it comes. Controlled there by Bembo. Bembo doing some creation here right now, and then right through and right in front. Goal!
That's it!
Mensah again! Off the great pass from Cardell Bembo.
And Bembo really set that up beautifully, Gary. Terrific opportunity on the right side of the box and great service right into the middle. Score. And this is what they needed, exactly what they wanted, and the timing for what they wanted.
There you got it. Bembo creates a great angle here. Mensah gets it, turns, and just unloads to the far left. What a great move by Bembo. We talk about how he creates so well. Look at him get the angle here. He beats his man to the middle. Mensah takes his time, turns, lets it go. The goalkeeper couldn't get it. Mensah now with his 5th goal, 2 tonight.
And we should mention again, Gary, the speed of Bembo on that was what created that opportunity. Something that Harrisburg was clearly looking to capitalize on early in the match. Comes here relatively early in the second half. This is exactly what Harrisburg was looking for. Now they've got to settle down, play their game, continue to press the attack.
Second assist of the year for Cardell Bembo, and what a great move there he made to set it up for Mensah. So much like the first half, you had Toronto come out kind of controlling the offense, and all of a sudden it was turned around, and quickly Harrisburg got back into that scoring mode and found Mensah again right out in front. That speed up front is really paying off tonight.
It really is, and Gary, here's a great opportunity for Harrisburg to really press the attack.
And now you're going to get another corner coming up right here.
These set pieces for Harrisburg are going to be increasingly important. This may be a throw-in.
Looks like a throw in from the near side, not a corner.
No, it is.
Oh, wait.
It is going to be a corner. It is going to be a corner.
And I'm not sure the official doesn't think it's going to be a throw in. I think he thinks he agrees with you.
Okay.
Unfortunately. One time, my friend, I didn't want to agree with you, but I kind of knew you were right. There's Calvano. Off to Nishanian. Forwards way up again. Got to be able to transition around, and here they come again. This is the kind of transition that scored before.
They can't let that attacker come down that wing unmarked again. That's for sure.
Down the near side comes Julian Dunn. To the middle comes Daniels. Flicks it off to Romeo, far side. You got a pretty good look coming up right here. To the middle again, to Johnson. And there it is, just going right. Another dangerous moment. And Johnson just sitting there waiting for it, and no one seems to be marking him terribly well.
I just don't understand that, Gary. I really don't, because you're exactly right.
Second straight time we've seen that happen. Look at this. There's Johnson. Now, he was being marked. He was being marked, it looked like by Bond. So here's the kick again, up in front, headed out of there. Racing out to try to get to it is Opoku. Another good move, trying to line it up one more time. Three guys he misses. Back it comes to Daniels. Back to the middle, out in front. Get some dangerous moments coming up right now. And now the Islanders with some numbers. 4-on-3 essentially, and they missed their pass.
Couldn't get it through.
Up hard comes Dabo to Ribeiro, and now the Islanders get it back again as both teams able to get back and set the defense, and now they'll reset the offense, will the Islanders.
You know, on that counterattack, Harrisburg's going to want to look, Gary, more and more to use the short passing game because it eats up clock and it controls the action. And that's really, at this stage of the game, what they want to do.
What you really want to do is get some insurance goals right now. And
an insurance goal would loom very large right now.
Here comes Bembo down the far side. He created something a moment ago. Bembo lets this one go, and I think it's going to be off a Toronto player. Should be now, I believe, the fifth corner kick.
Should be.
5-2 in corner kicks so far tonight here for the Islanders. So here it comes from the far corner from Freddie Opoku. This will be hooking in toward the net. Flat as though it may be. Chase it down over there is Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson stomps one off to the corner. Instead it comes out, and Bond's going to get beat here on this one. Down the far side it comes. Defense way down there trying to get back.
Those are the balls, Gary, that Harrisburg really wants to win at this point.
Toronto again right here. Controlled over there by Malik Johnson. Back it comes. Off to Lars Eckenrode. Harrisburg sitting back right now a little bit, not pursuing the way they did the first half. Is Toronto content to try to work a short passing game here and probe the middle, and here they come. On through it goes, and good job getting down there by Opoku, but it's going to be a corner kick instead for Toronto again.
And you don't want to be giving up these set pieces to Toronto, Gary. They really, as you have said, are going to need to press the attack because you do the things that made you successful. The minute that you stop doing those, the flow goes the other way, the energy goes the other way, the momentum shifts.
Here's Daniels. Daniels, high one, headed, not going to go. Off to the far corner it goes, across the touchline. Should be Islanders' ball, or unless it touched off them, which it appears to have done. So putting it back in play is the owner of the one goal in the game. Well, he's not. He's going to turn it over now to Telfer. And Telfer will quickly put it back into play here for Toronto. It's kind of a turnaround from the first half where the Islanders controlled the time, but the goal came quickly from Toronto. Here's Opoku turning around, coming to the middle, all the way across, swings it over to Bond. Now Bembo. That's Dabo actually putting it up. Quick move out there by Cavaluso to pick it off. So we'll look good for a minute there, Charlie. Got closed down in a hurry.
Really did.
Cavaluso. Back it comes to Brandon Miller, who knifes one up there to Paul Wilson. Taken away by Toronto, at least for the moment. Then coming across there is Bembo.
There you go.
Bembo with a chance to go one-on-one right here. Cardell Bembo stops. Cardell Bembo trying to get on it and had no one there with him, and they got a chance to get their backs in there. And Cardell Bembo looked for a moment like he was going to get a one-on-one.
Great move by Bembo, though, and an exciting opportunity. Taken away at the last minute, but he did everything he humanly could. Coming through traffic, but
watch this. See if there's a handball involved here. Watch. Coming up right here. Let's see. Ooh, missed a penalty kick chance there right off the hand.
PK.
Wow. That would have been a penalty kick, and I think Bill Betcher just came over and said something about it. He was not happy. Wow. Big miss there by the officials. Chad Edwards, our producer down there, who is a heck of a soccer player himself, was right on it. And our camera crew obviously did a great job picking that up. Much better in this case than the official did. So back it comes to Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller going to dribble it out a little bit, and instead we'll bring it back out near side to Brent. Brent to Dabo to Brent. And then chipping up, looking ahead there for Paul Wilson. Here's Ribeiro. First time Ribeiro's touched the ball here the second half, actually. And that ball's going to go off Toronto across the touchline. So a handball missed there right in the penalty area. Could have been a penalty kick.
Yeah, handball in the box is pretty tough to miss by an official. And unfortunately, right there, Chad Edwards had it, but the guy on the field did not.
Look at Bembo putting the heat on right there and made the kick out by Cavaluso a pretty tough one. Mensah, nice job of sealing off. Pushed ahead there by Dabo, but no one around except the Toronto player. Julian Dunn swings it all the way back over to Brandon Ankon. So Toronto will get it back here. Oh, look out here. Bad, 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 bad. And you're going to get an offsides, bails you out. But that was not looking good there for the moment, Charlie.
It was not. And, not well defended. And I'm not so sure they didn't catch a break on the offsides call.
Brandon Onconi in there now, number 77. Just mentioned him a moment ago. From Montreux, Switzerland. Big hit this time by Miller. A chance to get something going right here if they can get to it. Ball goes across the touchline. Ball belonged to The Islanders right here, they control. Corner comes. Bembo on a through. Bembo again coming right across with it. Oh, and a takedown. Is it a takedown? No. Mensah again, and this time it's stopped by Cavaluso. Man, I'll tell you what. You're wondering what you got to do in that penalty area tonight to get a break.
Yeah, that was an iffy one, and you're not going to probably get the call there, Gary, but it was pretty darn close.
So the Islanders continue to keep the heat on here in the
anywhere else on the field, that's a foul.
12-4 in the first half, and of course we saw the missed handball here a moment ago by the official. Here kicking it ahead a little bit too far for the through ball. So Brandon Miller picks. Is he going to pick it up? Yes, he is. Miller throws it out near side to Travis Brent. Brent says, get on down there. I'll give you something ahead. To the middle it comes to Paul Wilson. And back to Dabo. Dabo swings far side.
Wilson's been relatively quiet tonight, Gary, but he's a guy, as you know, that can make things happen in a hurry.
Oh, and Bond gets taken down big time over there, and it's going to be a corner kick. Pretty physical little game we have going on right now, Charlie. Take a look at this.
It's picking up in intensity, the physical aspect of the game right now.
And that was just
Toronto,
a bang.
very aggressive.
Good bang play there. No foul, and there shouldn't have been, but kind of a physical game here for the moment. So here's Wilson. He's going to be kicking it away from the net.
Yeah, folks who don't think that soccer is a contact sport, Gary, just haven't watched very much.
Yeah. Far side it comes. And taken back by Toronto.
You still have some of the scars to prove it.
Yeah. After your days of playing at Messiah, one of the great soccer programs in the country. I don't think I'd ever want to play cards with Bill Betcher. You look over there at that look.
There are no tells.
You will never know if you're winning or losing if you just looked at him the whole match. And I'm sure it's racing inside his heart right now in terms of what they're doing right now. Back to the middle. Again, looking for those through balls. Bottled up down in there is Bembo. Bembo finally turns the corner. Or is that Mensah? Mensah actually down in there with it. Calvano to Dabo to Ribeiro. Now Ribeiro tries to get something started. Ribeiro right on through.
There's a great ball. There's a great ball.
And there it is, and right across and too far.
Great delivery. Very, very nice ball and a real opportunity there, Gary.
Mensah had a chance for number 3, but a good pass to the middle there by Ribeiro again.
I saw a hat trick.
Who already has his 4th assist for the season tonight. Over there you saw Jason Bent, the head coach for Toronto, breathing a sigh of relief.
Don't know to get another look at that, but that was a very nice ball. Excellent delivery.
Paul Wilson's going to get a chance to do something here to Ribeiro. Ribeiro through again, that time looking for, I believe, was it a Poku? Take a look at this. Here, watch this little pass. Beautiful pass. Mensah's right there, and Mensah, and you got to give credit to Cavaluso for coming out there and cutting the angle pretty well and pretty quickly.
He did, and he caused Mensah not to strike it exactly as he wanted, and just a little wide.
And probably just a little early. So the ball sent back out here by Toronto. Gonna get a push there from Dabo. I think it was just he was running forward, couldn't stop himself.
It's like, move, mate.
It's like, I'm sorry. I was on my way and a funny thing happened.
He literally came up like,
Your side it comes. Luca Ocello into the game now. Number 45, a midfielder. He's got 3 goals in the season. He's a dangerous guy. We remember him from last year. McCrary to the middle. Picked up there by Calvano. Nice job getting ahead. There you have Bembo. See if Bembo gets something started right here. He holds it up. Waits for the numbers to get down there wisely. Wilson and Bembo. Swing it over here to a Poku. Is it too far? Poku does a nice job of trying to keep it back in bounds, but it already crossed the line. Well, they'll call offsides instead. Here comes Toronto again. Has not really had a good offensive thrust here for a while now after starting the half looking pretty tough and having some pretty good shots. Here comes Bembo. And to beat. Puts it ahead to Wilson. Wilson. And it's going to be a throw-in.
After all that, you get a throw-in.
Take a look at this. Bembo with another nice touch to his.
Very nice look.
Little back pass there to Wilson, who was coming down, and Wilson says, I wasn't too happy about missing that one.
Well, I had it lined up. It was well defended. It was, you know, shot off of a Toronto defender, but he had it well lined up.
So this will be a throw-in from the far side. Jake Bond looking for Mensah. Mensah sealing. Back out to Bond it comes. Bond to the middle. No one there.
Nobody.
Everyone's just kind of sitting out here on the outside. Surprising. Ribeiro.
You're not allowed to do that?
Ribeiro did a nice job for a moment trying to get in, but used his arm. And so maybe the official and Ribeiro are going to have a little more of a chat. They become kind of conversation mates tonight. McCrary. To Coney. And now here comes Ribeiro. You got a few numbers here ahead a little bit.
They can build the attack real well here, and there's a lot of space. And here it is.
Wilson going to get a look right here. Chips it back to the outside. Bembo trying to get it one more time. Bembo. Oh, and it's taken away right at the end by Cavalluzzo. Bembo wanted that to come down about a half second earlier.
They had numbers there, Gary, and pressed the attack very, very quickly, which is exactly what they wanted to do. And as you say, just a step ahead of Bembo, who, had he been able to settle it a little bit, might have had a real opportunity.
Ribeiro runs over Hundal. Far side. Travis Brent comes up. It's going to belong to Toronto. We're at minute number 70 now. Oh, and look out here. Good job getting in there by Calvano. Ball up in the air, headed out of there by Brent for a moment. And it should belong to the City Islanders. There's James kicked it across the touchline. Brian James, the captain out there tonight, number 36. Brian James from, get ready for this name, Sunrise, Florida, which I'm glad people in Florida are probably thinking more about the sunrise right now than the rain rise. Oh, there's a push down from behind. And Brian Wilson will pop right back up, as he is wont to do. No worse for wear. Long kick downfield will be offsides. Gets Mensah. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 9 p.m. on Sirius XM-FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM-FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Pedro Ribeiro to Wilson. Wilson looked for a moment at a Poku. Said to go far side to Bond. Bond to the middle. Oh, and one man away from getting it in Mensah's foot. And Mensah putting his hands over his head saying, I could have been a contender for the third time.
They're looking for the Mensah machine.
Yes. And you're going to get a new man into the game. And I'll tell you what, you want to talk about excitement on wheels. Johnny Mendoza, get him ready to check in here. He wears number 9. Nice job there by Calvado coming down to break that up. Brings it off to Brent. Brent says, I'll take it back to Mr. Miller, who significantly improves positions with one swing of his leg and a push down again from behind, no call. Had a lot of physical play in this one tonight where there have been no calls.
They've let him play. And,
exactly.
When you get into a situation like that, Gary, and it's the same both ways, you have very little to complain about. They've let
exactly.
him play.
Yeah, you know the style of game you're going to have.
Exactly. And if officials are going to establish a different type of play, they need to do it right up front. You can't do it halfway through the match. And so they've let it go, and it's been okay.
Well, Bembo is going to check out. He had a good piece of work tonight, and
he did.
And this guy coming in, Johnny Mendoza, is like instant excitement.
He makes things happen. Benbow does as well, and had a very, very nice match tonight, setting up that goal in spectacular fashion.
Johnny Mendoza has been playing very, very well here of late. They'll go across the touchline. It will belong to Toronto. Kind of odd there. Mensah kind of let that go, and I was kind of interested in seeing why he did, because it was obviously off the foot of the City Islanders. We're going to get another yellow card here? I don't think so.
Certainly hope not, because I believe he's carrying one already, isn't he?
Yeah,
Gary?
he is.
Yeah.
Ribeiro does help up Sean Hundle to make as good an impression as he humanly can with the referee, Gustavo Solorio. Calvano, nice touch to the middle to Wilson. Wilson, again, push from behind. Mensah with good position right there on the pass from Paul Wilson. Mohamed Dabo. Brent. To Freddie Opoku. Looks ahead to Johnny Mendoza. Now Mendoza's going to get going. Mendoza far side. A little bit too far.
Way too far.
And, you know, to be expected a little bit. You just got into the game. You're kind of getting your feet back into it right here. And just a nice thought about you had a man wide open on the far side. Just let him a little too far. By the way, the Islanders got a man in the couple guys last week who got some notoriety. Sean Lewis, who was the goalkeeper in St. Louis, had a double save in that 2-1 victory over St. Louis, and that was a 72% voted for that as USLsoccer.com fan choice of the week for the play of the week. Look out here. Look out here. One man to beat. Again, right to the middle. Mr. Hundle trying to create something again, trying to get his second goal.
Just a little too long.
Here's Ribeiro. Ribeiro trying to get a guy off his back right now. Ribeiro, 3 people down there. Off a Toronto player across the touchline. Mensah's goal in the 45th and the 50th minute here tonight. At 45th, obviously, in possession in the stoppage time. We're in the 76th minute right now. Mendoza trying to get a foot on it there, and Mendoza comes back on through and pushes it while he's doing it. Uccello says, where's the yellow card? The official said the same place it's been in a lot of the other bang-bang plays tonight. you're a soccer player out there, Charlie, you've had a chance to play in a lot of those kind of games. You prefer it with a little bit of bang bang, and you know the officials are going to let you play?
I always did, but you know there certainly are folks that would prefer a little bit less. I think, to be very blunt, the more skilled players prefer it not to be quite so bang bang. Guys like myself liked it that way.
Ribeiro tried to carry it down there, has to take it away.
Because the physical play does take away some of the skill aspect, at least a little bit of it.
Long pass down here, McCrary chasing it down. McCrary back to the middle, far side it goes, and then
I think he saved it.
I think he saved it. It's going to be a throw in. I think that's out of the stadium. And there you go. Fans like that. But over the center field fence. So there you see some of the young fans out here tonight.
Gary, that was a home run to dead center field.
It really was. I don't know if anyone's ever hit one out over that thing. To near side it comes. Julian Dunn had it and then kicked it down the corner to McCrary, and it's going to be a corner kick. So this is the fourth corner tonight, and they're catching up a little bit now. 6-4 in corners. The Islanders lead in that category. And it'll be put into play down there by Luca Uccello. Getting ready for another check-in here. Liam Fraser will come in for the captain, Brian James. As a midfielder. Got a smile on his face, says, "Put me in, coach." So here comes Uccello. High look. Head missed. Far side it rolls. Nobody around it except one player in red. Controlled there by Aiden Daniels. Back it comes to Opoku. Chipped ahead one more time by Uccello, and here you got again another dangerous look, and Brandon Miller in perfect position to play that one. That was a little too clean though, if you're an Islanders fan. Brent will head it over, but go across touchline, be picked up there and put quickly back into play by Dunn. Far side it goes. Jake Bond makes a move here, then Jake Bond looking ahead to Mensah, and it's touched out of bounds by Toronto as we are in minute number 80 now.
Starting to wind down, Gary, and keeping the pressure on is critical for Harrisburg at this juncture in the match.
Well, you'd really, if you're a Harrisburg fan, obviously right now, you'd like to see them get on the offense here and get one more, but you've got to also cover the back and not get another one of those quick transition goals we saw in the first half.
Absolutely.
Back up it comes. Bond trying to get it. Will go off his head across the touchline. Go for $1 million with $1 million silver and gold. Play the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery for your chance at top prizes of $1 million. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. It benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day. And don't forget also, soccer fans, that Nike is an official sponsor for the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Dabo chips it over there. The Islanders in no particular hurry here for the moment. Kind of probing. They have Wilson. Wilson moving ahead. And we'll bring it right back out to Ribeiro. Ribeiro to Bond. Back to Wilson. Wilson swings it near side. The other side it comes to Brent. Brent says, "I'll take it to the middle myself," to Ribeiro. Running a little bit of clock right here, Charlie.
Very effectively, Gary. Short passing game is working for them, using the entire field, spreading things out, forcing the defense to do a lot of running.
And the defense doing a lot of stretching too. Brandon Miller looking down there. Upfield it comes, and here you've got a little something. Oop, just for a moment I thought you might have a little something going on with Mensah. Mensah taking some time with it. Mensah stops it. Swings it on back to Bond. You got Johnny Mendoza sitting in the middle, but not much help there. Dabo touches it back off to Wilson, and then comes back here to Calvano, who'll swing it near side to Brent. Brent has a lot of room here to move, and he's going to chip it. That glanced off a Toronto player and was played well by Cavalluzzo. That could have been dangerous.
Sequence there, Guy, was effective. It killed a lot of clock, forced the defense to run an awful lot, and came up with a decent shot. Not one that was going to score, but one that was going to keep them honest.
Here is Brent. Brent controls it. And I'm not sure if I'm seeing it correctly, but I think Toronto's a little tired.
They look it, and they've been running an awful lot here. That's one of the things that...
Here's Bond. Bond chipping over the top. Do you have a head? Oh! Oh, another shot right at it. Boy, and you had... is that Mensah that's down there? He went up for the head, and he got hit hard.
Yeah, that's where the bang-bang stuff might have gotten you a call. I'm really a little surprised that you didn't get one.
He's down in the penalty box. Wow.
Look at that.
He got hit hard. For Papa Menzo has 2 goals here tonight. Now take a look at this and see what you have. Bond does a nice job of taking his time. Little chip over the top. He's got Mensah coming. Mensah goes up in the air. And there's just 2 players going at it head to head. And then Mendoza had a heck of a shot at that far right-hand corner of the net and would not go. So Mensah, that's dangerous. You see that head-to-head kind of shot we saw there. Wow. So we hope he comes up here and is okay. He's being checked by the trainer right now. Take a look at it again. Bond. This time a perfect serve in the middle, and he had Mensah right where he wanted him, and then
yeah, it looked like cranium to cranium. That's
big bang theory. And Julian Dunn is a big guy, and Dunn was going for the ball too. It was a good, clean play. And look who's getting ready to come into the game. We haven't seen him in a while, and he'll likely be coming in here for Mensah, and that is Mr. Aaron Wheeler, wearing number 11. He's been out since May. And so Mensah says, I think I'm okay. I think you're probably checking him right now just to make sure of the protocol here.
Laboring under a bad ankle. So let's see what he's got.
You want to make sure no concussion there on Mensah, obviously. So he had a big night tonight, 2 goals. And now you've got Aaron Wheeler in there. Wilson looking for Wheeler there, just missing him. Paul Wilson will definitely have some stoppage time here. Shanahan will take it right on back to Brandon Miller. And Miller lets go a bullet. Wheeler's got to watch here, offsides. Manages to put it right back up to Wilson. Wilson just a little bit too far ahead on the dribble. Taken away by Toronto. Near side it comes to Jordan McCrary. McCrary a little bit of room to run here. Travis Brett will stop the momentum for a moment. 2,775 you're paid attendance here tonight. Thanks to all of you who came out tonight, and thanks to all of you who are watching tonight. We're being brought to you here with Invicta. Oh, McCrary making some good moves here. And triple team finally has the ball taken away. A little chip shot ahead for Mendoza to Wheeler. Wheeler had his man sealed well. Julian Dunn coming down there, and Julian Dunn, 2 big guys getting at it there with Dunn and Wheeler.
Wheeler, a big body, and uses it very well to seal things off and take the ball and distribute it up front.
And the master of the headshot in there. I'll tell you what, when the Islanders are going well, he is one of the guys they're looking for. Now here you have a little bit of a dangerous moment coming up, as the ball will be put back into play here by Aiden Daniels. He'll have a free kick. Let's see how Daniels decides to handle this. High, opposite side. Get the head on it, but straight up in the air. Good mark over there by Bond. Swung out of there. Good kick downfield by the defense for the Islanders. They'll go across the touchline, but they buy themselves some time to get back up and reset the defense. So Danny DePrima getting in there now for Pedro Ribeiro, who had yet another assist here tonight.
Well played match by Ribeiro and some local talent. Danny DePrima out with time winding down into minute number 88.
We just don't want one of those turnaround moments here again. Far side it goes. Islanders may become a little more conservative now in that defensive end as Bond marking his man there, getting beat. Inside on the goal, out in front it comes. Dangerous moment. Going to be chipped out of there just for a second. By the way, we mentioned Pedro Ribeiro. There it is. Up in front and across. And dangerous times here right now in the back.
Just shaking my head, Gary. I really am just shaking my head.
Yeah. Take a look at this. Of course, we all remember what happened with Cincinnati the other night. Middle it goes and up in the air, and a dangerous time. You saw Daniel saying, I gave you such a good serve in the middle. Brandon Miller races out of there and grabs the ball, stays inside the penalty box. Pedro Ribeiro, by the way, was named to the team of the week last week in week 25. We mentioned about Sean Lewis getting the fan save of the week. 72% voted for him in favor of that. So Wheeler right back to Dabo in the 89th minute here of regulation. You're going to think about 4 minutes maybe of stoppage time tonight?
Probably, but I would not be surprised with anything, Gary.
Look out here again. You got a chance to turn a corner. Calvano gets down there. Calvano controls is going to take it off to the corner. Try to control it, and then he little scissors kick over the head. Dangerous. Toronto chasing down.
In the final minute of play of regulation time, Gary, and hanging on.
Most of the scoring anymore comes in the after all this is over. Look at this, Johnny Mendoza.
There you go.
Chance to make something happen here. Mendoza coming down all one-on-one. Here comes Mendoza. He lets it go. Just misses. Maybe a step early. But boy, Mendoza.
Just a second. He had a long run there, Gary.
Yes,
the fans were wound up, waiting for that to happen.
And that would have been the one you wanted stomped on right there. As we are 15 seconds away now from the end of regulation. I'm going to estimate probably 4 minutes. Brandon Miller, look at that Mendoza on the replay. Here he comes again. Oh, Mendoza taken down. And Mendoza's going to get a free kick up there.
And a yellow card shown.
Yeah, that was one of those, you're taking him down or else it's going to be a goal. There's the 4 minutes.
Gary, you've hit it on every side tonight. The stoppage time master.
Well, they say, Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? You got a yellow card. Let's see what they're here.
And you promised you weren't going to do that.
I know, and it just was too easy. It's like the official was looking for him to.
Exactly.
So, Wheeler, another takedown from behind there. Mons, no call. Boy, Johnny Mendoza, fresh legs, is running to everybody. He's just crossing the field, going with the ball.
And Harrisburg just caught a little break there on a misplay near touchline. They'll get the throw in rather than Toronto being able to keep it in.
4 minute match, and down the corner, bottle it up. And it's going to actually Beyond events, I think it's off the Islanders. No, they say Wheeler earned a corner kick. I thought it was actually off Wheeler, but
I thought it was too.
Every now and then you like to get a little break, right?
We had a pretty good shot at it from here too, Gary. I'm not so sure. So it's...
You get Johnny Mendoza to take this one. If Wheeler's going to be there in the corner, I have a feeling you're going to see some playing with the ball again here. You're going to see a very short kick. See what happens. Give it to Wheeler. Just let him stand there with it. He'll keep it bottled up down there. And instead of having it, across the end line there, was it?
Gosh, no question about that. Oh, here you go. They give it to him.
Cavaluso hits it out of there. You want to stay on the offense here. Paul Wilson up there nicely. Coney gets it ahead. You got to think there's about 3 minutes maybe right now. Dabo slides through. Push up front. Mendoza takes it right on back to DePrima. Far side. Can Bond get to it? No. Toronto's going to control for a second. Let's see. We got a player taken down in the back, and that was DePrima, I think. Oh no, Mendoza. No, it was DePrima. Danny DePrima taken down there in the back, and the official calls it. Watch DePrima. Not much there, but Ryan Telfer came across. So now Brandon Miller, wasting not a lot of time here tonight, wants to make sure he keeps this game going right now. Wheeler gets up there. Wheeler picks up the yellow card. Near side it comes. Time becoming somewhat of the essence here for Toronto. Telfer across. Johnny Mendoza takes it right away from him. To the middle to DePrima. To Dabo. Dabo playing with it. Dabo pushed behind. Back to DePrima. You got a man open on the far side. It's Bond. Bond pushes it downfield. Just a nice long kick. To Cavaluso. Cavaluso bringing it down himself. He said, I'm going to take it as far as I can before I let this one go. A man down on the field for Toronto.
Time really winding down, Gary. This match
yes, it is
near the end.
So you get a free kick here for Toronto. And again, every one of these, you get a chance to have the defense be in one place and you're in another here, and you have a chance for a long, maybe misplayed shot, whatever it might be. Flat pass, up in the air comes. We saw the Islanders get their hearts broken the other night, that 1-1 tie in the last 15 seconds. And not tonight. That is it. The City Islanders come back from being down 1-0 and win a good one here tonight, 2-1 over Toronto FC 2. We're going to be checking in with Chris Brown here in just a moment down on the field, and hopefully get a chance to talk with Coach Betcher again. But the Islanders score in stoppage time at the end of the first half. They come back in the second half. They get a huge goal, 2 tonight from Mensah, and then they play great defense the rest of the way to offset the one really good transition shot tonight that Toronto had in the first half. And a 2-1 victory here tonight. 3 more points puts them up at 31 now, Charlie, and a good evening here at FNB Field.
Precisely what the doctor ordered, Gary. Harrisburg played very well tonight, and they did exactly what they needed to accomplish, walking out of here with a well-earned 2-1 victory and 3 points in the standings.
Yeah, and you know, that's really what you wanted to see here tonight. Coming out with a good effort. They came out of the gate tonight smoking. They controlled things in the early going. The second half, it looked like Toronto turned tide on them, but they came around and scored, did the Islanders very quickly. And there you see tonight, 2-1, 20 shots to 9. And that talks a lot about the whole attitude this evening. 7 shots on target to only 3 for Toronto. They really limited them in the second half. Only 1 good shot in the second half. 55 to 45%. They controlled the time out here. Offsides, 4-2. Yellow cards, 4-1. So the Islanders tonight come out here with a big one. Let's head down to Chris Brown on the field here. He's going to be heading over. He's heading over to try to get Coach Betcher right now, and we'll see if we can get him on to get his reaction tonight. Charlie, your reaction to this match here tonight. Let's take a look at it through the highlights. And there you see a couple shots here in the second half that did not look good. Malik Johnson was standing at the top of the key. And then here is Bembo with the play of the night. Look at this, coming right back to Benson, turns, boom, left side of the net.
Puts a great move on the defender, really freezes him, blows right past him,
yep.
And then turns it back, drops it with real precision, turns, shot on goal, perfect.
And Mensah with a good sense of timing right there. Then it was the Islanders coming at it again. Now that could have maybe been a takedown, but then one more time, Mensah gets a look. Cavaluzzo comes up with a good stop there. Then Pedro Rivera puts through a nice through ball right here. Mensah gets a chance for the hat trick and just misses to the left side. So Chris Brown is coming down there right now with Coach Bill Betcher. And let's go down to Chris Brown right now with the winning coach right here after this match tonight. Chris, take it away.
All right, guys, I'm here with head coach Bill Betcher after a big 2-1 win here at City Island versus Toronto FC2. A big, well-needed and well-deserved 3 points here at home. So, Coach, tell us about, some changes that you made in the second half. Obviously, you guys came out with a lot of intensity, a lot of fire, really controlled the second half and put it away for us. So, tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, as we talked, I think the first half we started well, and then we faded a bit, and we let them get a hold of the game for a little bit of time there. And we talked at halftime about closing down their defensive midfielder a little bit quicker. He started to get on the ball and started to dictate the pace a little bit. And I thought we did a good job of taking him out of the game in the second half. And our energy in the attack was much better.
And you guys get some much-needed rest here a week or so off until your next game on the 27th. So just tell us about what you can take from a big win like this heading into your next set of games to wrap up the season.
Well, I mean, we've been pretty good. We had 4 games in 11 days here, and I think we've been pretty good in all 4 games. So hopefully, the week and a half doesn't slow us down, and we can keep that momentum going into these last few games.
All right, thanks so much for your time, Coach Bill. All right, big 3-1 here, our big 3-point win here for the Islanders. They need that 3 points, so back to you guys.
Thanks so much. Chris Brown with us tonight down there, and you heard Coach Bill Betcher. I think he's right. They've played very well the last 4 games. Scored 7 goals the last 4 games as well, and did a really nice job. And again, a little bit of luck here and there. You get a bad, tough call against Tampa Bay. You get a penalty kick in there. You get a tough shot at the end the other night in the last 15 seconds. I mean, it's that close right now in the USL. You could have been turned around and really be maybe knocking on the door for an 8th place playoff spot.
It's down to crunch time, Gary. The other night, a big disappointment in a tie or a draw. It should have been a W. Tonight they come out, turn things around when they got down early in the match. Take out of here, as we've said multiple times already, a well-earned 2-1 victory. 3 points in the standing, the opportunity to move up. Home matches ahead of them against, frankly, weaker sides in the USL. This is the opportunity for Harrisburg, after some difficulties throughout much of the season, to stay in contention for a playoff spot and maybe pull one down.
Well, they have 31 points now. To give you an idea, 31 points tonight, depending on what happens with St. Louis and Ottawa, would be 11th in the USL. 36 right now is where Orlando City B sits in the 8th spot. So you're 5 behind. And as you said, you got 2 big ones coming up here at home, and then you got 1 on the road in Charleston, and obviously a really tough game. But that next big game right there, Harrisburg versus Ottawa, here on September 27th, is going to be huge. Again, you get up to 34, and now you're starting to knock on the door there. And if you get 1 more win here at home,
right
who
on
knows?
The precipice, and who knows?
So they've played very well the last 4 games. Hope you'll get out here and support the Islanders. September 27th, 6:30, right here at FNB Field. It's really been a joy bringing you the game tonight. A good match here this evening, and the Islanders come out here with a big 2-1 win tonight, coming from behind to do it. For Chad Edwards, the Invicta crew, and Charlie Giroux, I'm Gary Sutton. Have a great evening, everyone. We look forward to seeing you on the 27th back here at FNB Field when the Islanders will take on Ottawa. Have a good evening. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.